In this video, I'm going to show you how to mount a TV using this Amazon Basics full motion TV mount. So I'll just run through this mount real quick and show you how it works. So this is, as they say, a full motion mount. So it comes all the way out, and then it can turn this way, and it can turn that way, depending on how much your TV is going to limit that. And then right here, you pop this cap off, and this is where you mount it. So here and here. So this kind of mount will be good for somebody that has a brick wall or a concrete wall, or in my case, one stud that I know I can get into. I'm mounting mine in my garage, and I can see right through here where the studs are. So I'm going to mount it, depending on how the TV works out, either on this stud or on this stud, and it's going to be higher. So first thing I'm going to do is attach this to the TV, because you hang this on the wall, and then this is attached to the TV, and it sits down like this. You put some bolts in, and you're good to go. Let's check this out. The way this mounts to your TV is this recess right here faces the TV like this. And this is a pretty universal mount. As you can see, there's a lot of different holes here. So if this doesn't work out for you, just using this, it includes these 4 arms right here, and it has these 2 little pegs, and you can see these small holes right here. That's where the pegs go. You would put them like this in all 4 corners, and then attach the bolts included this way, or it might work out like this, or like this, or like this, depending on what kind of TV you have. But in my case, if I move this up, you can see this perfectly works for my mounting holes on my TV. So this is how I'm going to attach it. Now here you'll see you have a whole bunch of hardware, depending on what kind of TV you have, how you have to mount it. And just for reference, this right here, BE, these would be the bolts that you use to install these brackets. And you would just want to pick, say, washers that would help you, like these are spacers that bump this out. And in my case, I think these ones right here are going to work. The only thing I want to make sure is that this bolt doesn't go too far in here, because I don't want to damage the TV. So I might want to put a washer on that. Luckily, there's some supplied, because that bolt head is kind of small. We'll use these washers right here. That will just make sure the bolts are secure, and we can start putting these bolts in. And you do not want to use an impact gun or probably even a drill for this, just in case the bolts are too long. I'm going to put these all in loosely before I tighten them, so it's easier to line them up. So there is a problem right there. I'm bottoming out right here, so I either need a smaller bolt or I need to put a spacer in here. And it would appear that the top ones are fine, but I can actually see metal right there, and that's what I'm hitting. So I'll take these spacers and use these. I have enough if I use the washer. As long as I get a couple threads in there, I'll be good. And I should mention, make sure this larger hole is towards the bottom of the TV. And then you can tighten these down carefully. Don't go cranking too much on them. So now the bracket for the back of the TV is all set. Now I want to figure out where this TV is going to land, basically, when I attach this to the wall. And as it works out, it's going to go just like this. And I can measure. This is going to be in the center, basically, it looks like, of the TV. I can take some measurements just to make sure, just about center, but this is the more important measurement for me. We'll say to the center of the stud, to the side of the TV is about 18 inches. So I'd like to put it on this stud. I just want to make sure I'm not going to get into the window here. So from the center of the stud, going this way. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. 18 inches is right here. So I'm gonna mount it to this stud. Now I'm gonna measure to the bottom of the mounting hole. And this is 4 inches. So now I can put the height of the TV where I want. So the TV width is about 20 inches. So I think this is a pretty good height. So then I can mark 4 inches right here. Oh, I got a screw right there. So we'll go up just a little bit more right there. And that will be my first mounting hole. I'm gonna take this cover off here, hold this to the lower mounting position that I want, and then mark the top one. And I am gonna put one in the center right here as well. So now I have a level, and I'm gonna plumb this line up. So now I know that I'm mounting my TV level. Right there, 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 and it'll make an X. And that is where I want to put my bolts. These are the mounting bolts. They're pretty enormous. If you were going into concrete or brick, you would drill just slightly smaller than these anchors and then install these, just hammer them in and then install these. But since we're going into wood, I'm just gonna find a drill bit that's just slightly smaller than this and pre-drill. We're gonna go with this one. This is a 25/64, it looks like. Now obviously I can see my studs, but if you couldn't, you're gonna wanna use a stud finder to find the center of the stud to make sure you have plenty of material for these bolts. Now I can take the mount, line it up, and get these bolts started. These have Phillips right here, or 10 millimeter, which is what I'm gonna use. That's just gonna take too long, so. Before I go tightening that up completely, I'm gonna use the level they supply and use it to plumb this up. I'm gonna take that cover, snap it into place. This right here is a clip for your wires, which is kind of nice. So you can put it right here. Now I'm going to this like that, so it's away, so I can get behind here to install these bolts afterwards. This can also adjust, just as a note, to tip down, which I might do actually, since it's so high. Try that for now. And right here, this is what you would use once the TV is mounted. These 2 small bolts, and this right here to tighten them. If you have a large TV and it's heavy, you might want to get some help, but this TV is very light. So I should be good. I'm gonna go into the big hole right there and then drop down. Just like that. Again, big hole on the bottom, drop down. Put the bolts in, and this TV can go like this, so we're gonna want to plumb it. And once it's level, you can tighten those bolts. Well, I have to say, that was pretty easy, but if you didn't know how to do it, you needed a little help, I hope this video helps. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.